Good morning, everyone. Today we will discuss about how to set goals and objectives and how to write the mission statement. Uh, First of all, we would like to know what is the importance of setting goal. This is so very important in every walk of life, right from mundane things to all technical things. If you are dealing with studies, if you are into sports or whatever field you are in, setting goals is very very important because unless you set the goals, you would not know where to reach, where to go. So you have to have that lamppost, and then and only then you will be able to go up to that and achieve that. But just having the goal is not good enough. We need to make it scientific, make it uh, make it achievable, make it simple so that it is easy for you to achieve it as well as easy for you to quantify it as well and follow and monitor it as well. So there is a science of setting goals and objectives. So what is that science? There are five criteria of setting the goals, and that is abbreviated as an acronym, and it is SMART. You must have heard somewhere. It is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time specific. So, if a goal is fulfilling all these five criteria, then we can say that this is a SMART goal. Okay, and it is an ideal goal. We like to see each component of this SMART objective, and we like to have a look into some of the examples as well. S stands for specific. The goal has to be specific. You have to be pinpoint and sure uh, what that goal is. Say, for example, you want to have fitness, then fitness can have many different angles. So, you might like to increase your flexibility, you might like to decrease your weight. So, you have to choose which specific element, which specific component of fitness you would like to go for. So, that is S. Then M is measurable. So, whatever objectives that you are setting for yourself should be quantifiable and measurable. There should be some mechanism to measure that. So if it is an objective thing, you will be able to achieve, you will be able to measure it in terms of, say, for example, weight, in terms of marks if you are a student, in terms of runs or goals if you are a sports person. So that is measurable. We'll talk about examples related with all those five components just after we discuss about this acronym. A is achievable. So whatever goal that you set for yourself should be achievable. If you are an individual, then it should be achievable by you. If you are working in a team, if you are a captain, then it should be achievable by your team. So if you are you may be in a science project or some government project where you are dealing with many people, the team is there. So you have to see whether it is achievable by your team within the restricted or confined resources that you have or the skills and talents that you have. So you have to check whether it is achievable or not. Sometimes you have to see whether it is cost effective or from that viewpoint you have to see whether it is achievable or not. Then is relevant. What do you mean by relevant? So whatever the goal that you set for yourself, is it relevant for your larger goal? You might like to improve your rank in the studies. You might like to have some, say for example, 10 test uh, centuries. Whatever the goal that you are presently working on should be fitting into the larger goal, a distant goal, or a team goal, or an institutional goal. So, or even for that matter, the life goal. So, this particular goal that you're working right now, is it fitting into the larger goal? So, then it is relevant. So, you have to see this thing. Alright, so is it relevant? That is the fourth question. And the fifth element is time. So, in how much time frame you would like to achieve that particular goal is the fifth component of the SMART objective of a goal. So, let us say whatever goal that you want to achieve, is it to be achieved in some minutes or then days or weeks or months and years, or is it a long term goal? If you want to make some habit changes within yourself, if you want to acquire some skills, some music skills, some sports skills, then obviously it is going to require some habitual changes and it will require time. So such goals are to be long-term goals. Sometimes you may require to do it on a short-term basis. Say for example, you are playing in a sport like cricket and you are into a one-day sports or a T20 match, and then you have to achieve those many runs in limited number of balls or overs. So that becomes a short-term goal. So these are the five components. So it should fulfill all those five aspects of objectives. Then this is regarding the what we talked. The SMART is a acronym for setting the SMART goals. There is a scientific way of writing that particular goal, and why it is so necessary, because you unless you put it in perspective, unless you put it on paper, the things do not get defined. So you might have this angle or perspective of this SMART thing in setting the goals, but you need to put it on paper. This is because then you can check and recheck whether this is fitting into that SMART criteria or not. So hereafter there is another acronym to write that statement of objectives or goals or mission, and that particular acronym is PICOT. PICOT. So I'll explain each of them and then it will help you write your SMART objective in this PICOT format. Actually these two terms, SMART and PICOT, are taken from scientific, these are scientific terminologies usually discussed and learned in the science education. But everything is a science in life, and these concepts are applicable in every walk of life. Alright, so that's why we are discussing over here. Then what is this? We'll talk about this PICOT statement. What is this PICOT? P stands for person. Who is going to do that thing? So that has to be defined. Who is going to do that particular goal or objective? Is it me, or is it the team, or is it 2-3 people? So P stands for person, team, or population. I stands for intervention. So it is actually a verb. So it is more objective in what needs to be done in actual form. So what would you like to do? Would you like to increase? Would you like to decrease? Would you like to do exercise? Would you like to measure certain things? So this intervention that you would like to do to achieve that particular goal is in terms of verbs. It should ideally not be nouns or adjectives. For example, I want to be handsome and smart and fit. So these are adjectives. In order to achieve those objectives, I need to put in certain things in terms of verbs. Here in this case, it could be like I want to reduce my weight by 3 kgs over 6 months, or I want to increase my flexibility score. There may be some score of flexibility in the sports. I want to achieve that particular score. So that will help you improving your flexibility. Alright. So this is regarding the I. Then is C. C stands for change, the degree of change or the quantum of change that you want to achieve. So whatever activity, whatever action that you want to do, how much change you want to bring. Whether it is 20%, 10%, 5%, 30 runs, 10 pages of the particular subject, or you want to increase your reading time by 10 minutes. So what is that quantum that you want to change? So that is C. So PICOC, and O stands for outcome. Outcome is a measurable thing. It can be subjective or it can be objective. Say for example, objective, you want to reduce the weight, so the outcome is in weight. You want to have some change in the flexibility, so flexibility score is there. You want to improve your confidence level, then there is a perceived confidence scale is there. Then you want to improve your reduce your anxiety levels, so there must be some score to measure anxiety. You want to increase your satisfaction level, so there must be some way to measure the satisfaction. So those are outcomes. So what you want to change in, so that is an outcome. So there should be a mention of this in your mission statement as well. Then the fifth thing is T. It is just the same thing. smart, whatever the T is in the smart, here the same T. So you would like to do that particular change in how much time. So then you write down all these things. So take a piece of paper, write down P. So you define what, who is going to do it, is it an individual or a team. Then I, the intervention, you have some options there, put it in terms of verbs. Then C is change, how much change, you write options. Then O, outcome, you write down the objectives, outcome in terms of objective or subjective thing, write it there. And T, and then based on these five components you just write a statement. I say, for example, if you are into fitness, I would like to reduce my weight by 3 kgs over a period of 6 months by doing regular jogging, uh, by at least 3 or 4 times in a week in garden. So that can be a very smart goal. So then once you write it down, then see whether it is fulfilling all those smart criteria or not. If it is not fulfilling, so there may be some component missing. Say for example, this is not achievable, then you reduce down. So then you design and redesign your goal so that it becomes smart. And then once you start working on that particular goal, then it becomes achievable. And once you achieve it, then you can once again set another goal and move on. All right. So far we have talked about how to go about this setting the smart goals and objectives or mission for that matter, and how to make a statement on a piece of paper. All right. Just before closing this session, I would like to have some two three. I would like to talk about some 2 3 things about setting the goals and objectives. One thing is that goal setting is not casted in the iron. It is a changeable and dynamic thing, and there has to be an element of flexibility. You have to keep on changing it. But if for some reasons you are not able to achieve it, that particular goal, then you change and move on. Then another important question: how many number of goals that you can focus on at one time? So it is been found scientifically that at any given point of time, you can focus on only 2 3 goals. So if you may have some 8 10 goals, then select out the ones which you want to do on priority and then work about it, and then move on. If they are achieved, then switch on to the some different goals, like that, and you continue. So it is actually an endless process, but during this process of achieving goal, what do we get? We get a satisfaction of achieving those goals. At the end of the day, what is Dr. Deepak Chopra said, what is happiness? Happiness is progressive attainment of goal. So you set your goals and progressively attain it, and then that gives you a sense of happiness and success, and that's what is the ultimate goal of human life, so that everybody wants. All right. Then this was regarding the concept of flexibility and dynamism in goal setting, and then how to choose goal, from which field to choose. It is up to you. If you want to improve your study skills, or you improve your academic achievements, then you choose that field and set your goals accordingly. You want to improve fitness, then you choose accordingly. You want to have some skills, some personality skills, then define those things, make them smart goals and start working about it. Then you may be wanting to achieve some sports skills in particular, say for example football, cricket, or whatever you name it. Then like that, you have to choose your field, choose your domains, work on it, then make a list of those objectives, then prioritize them, and then make those smart goals and objectives, write a mission statement, and go about it and give your best. So that's all for today, and thank you very much for the patient listening, and I wish you all the best for whatever you're doing in your life, and keep doing. Thank you once again.